Oh, don't speak too soon.
Be the right club today.
I'm going to say. Had a hole out written all over it. Had been your first of the year. Been quite nice.
Second, actually. Let me tell you a story.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're at the end of the season. We're wrapping things up. It's a little light in content right now. So we thought, since we're light in content,
Sorry, folks.
we'll draft Mikey in.
Oh, yeah. We need new irons. I've been saying it for a couple weeks now.
The we part, what does the we part mean? You?
Yeah, me.
You said, are we a team here or what are we doing? Mikey boy needs new irons.
Yeah, a little change up.
Yeah, I would say we, in some of the golf we played in Florida over the last month or so, I saw some good stuff from your game and I saw your equipment not really helping you in some departments. And in the iron department is one of the places where I saw a bit of a struggle with distance control at times.
Totally.
Especially as you got into sort of mid and longer irons.
Long irons are tough.
Yeah. You've got a blend of irons. You've obviously got 150s and T200s. And I actually saw better results when you hit that T200 than when you hit the 150 because you had that tungsten that would sort of elevate the golf ball. And I kind of think I said to you back then, like, yeah, we probably do need to address this.
Yeah, we talked about loft. Never made the change. But yeah, on some of the irons, I get that low left and it doesn't get high enough and it doesn't really stop on a green. It might hit the green, but it doesn't really give me a chance. So hopefully new irons do. I like new irons. I like Christmas.
Is the season?
Tis the season.
Okay. Right, let's have you hit a few with yours. I'm actually going to steal it and see what the loft lies at, see how much you've been jacking your lofts. I know you love a jack loft. You love a 6-iron in the 3000s. Michael, talk to me about your setup here. What do you have in the current set of irons?
5-iron is T200, 6 to pitch is T150, Modus 120 stiff, half-inch under. Loft and lie, I have no clue.
1 degree upright, standard loft.
There you go. See, they weren't jacked.
No, they weren't.
They've been good. I've enjoyed them. I've had them since they've been out, and the only thing is there's, like we talked about, some loft stuff and stuff that maybe gets a little too strong can hurt my game rather than help my game, and try maybe a little bit of sacrifice at distance just to hit it higher and
condense things a wee bit.
Yeah. So, but no, they've been good.
Okay. Let's see a few. Pro V1X?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's chunky. Bowie.
That kind of sums up your game right there.
Yeah.
You know, a duff and run.
Thanks.
Followed by a snap snarler. That would be, that would be the miss, wouldn't it? Low left.
Yeah, I hate that shot.
Pretty grrr under the breath there. Grrr. Yeah, spin can get low. So here's your predicament right now. Let's just kind of dive right in there. Your predicament is you've got a 28-degree golf club. You're delivering 17 degrees of dynamic loft.
Yeah.
You're a little bit down on it. So the combination of being down and delivering low loft means the strike's going to move up the head.
Right.
When the strike moves up the head, you lose, obviously, spin. You're not really getting launch in this regard. And obviously, as a result, the ball is flying far too flat.
Yeah, 80-ish feet.
Yeah, on a good one.
Yeah.
77. But we've got some lefts going in there. There's strike quality is centered. I mean, you're really striking it well, and you know, I think you can see that, and the audience will have seen that in recent videos. You have been striking the ball really, really nicely. Yeah, you're just kind of in an iron right now. I mean, you could weaken these, and some people will say that in this video. I just weaken what he's got. Why mess with it? I think there's room for improvement. That's why.
Right. Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
Let's get to work.
You get to work.
Okay, Michael. We're taking a dive in, primarily because we don't need to get to know one another in the sense of like what your preferences are, what you like. We know that.
Yeah.
So we're going to change a bunch of things, pretty much everything: shaft, head, lie, loft, grip, ball. Even the length is actually slightly different.
Wow.
Okay, sounding toy.
Yeah.
Thin and toy.
A little thin.
Nice, Mikey.
That felt good.
You've never been a great listener. I asked you to carry it 180.
That's quite good.
Okay, so
Toe down less, which is nice.
all of it's nice. That's a premium ball flight. You're going to lose some. We know you're going to lose some ball speed. That's just inevitable, right? You're creating less pressure. We're still as efficient, actually. You swung it slightly slower. We've got a different club in your hands. We're trying to create some different dynamics. Pass good, face is good. Attack is absolutely fine. We love the strike. Move it down the head a little bit. Less toe down. That's definitely a plus. Yeah, we just changed the kind of midway sort of peak. Okay, so we've went from land angle under 40 or in and around 40.
Yeah.
To right on that sweet spot number, 77 peak height, 90 peak height.
That's nice, 90 feet.
It just buys you a little bit of room to work with. If you do get the face closed, which is inevitable, we're going to still see the miss pattern. But can we make it more manageable?
Yeah, can we dive into the specs? What were you thinking on the shaft?
I just want you to kind of keep the club behind you for longer. I want it to be harder for you to close the face.
Okay, all right.
There's a push and pull between you and the club.
Right.
You're going to want to do something, the club's going to let you do something. And can we change the dynamic between the two? And I want it to be harder for you to get that club closed. Slow down the rate of closure.
Makes sense.
Right? So, this is certainly kind of, option one. Look-wise, it's not obviously that different, T100 versus T150. It's a way of keeping you in something. You love those 150s.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of forcing them out your hands a wee bit.
Yeah. No, I mean, the T150 shape, again, I've played them for a couple seasons, I guess now. It's perfect. There's nothing to change. But this looks good. The lie angle looks good, too.
Honestly, though, Mikey, watch that. Because you've pulled that left.
Yeah.
But you haven't gained like 6, 7, 8 yards.
Oh, yeah, true.
So
yeah.
You've carried it the exact same number. So, obviously, we're talking about how we're going to eradicate that from your game long term. But you've actually got the exact same. Look at the launch and spin.
Yeah, pull at 5,400.
54, 54, 15, 15.
And it's pin high, really.
Yep. You just shut the face. But everything else stayed intact other than your offline. That's when you know you've got a club in your hands that's
quite nice.
Working really well. So there's a lot of good things going on here.
Spin's nice to see. My goodness, I'd take that. If you could only give me one thing, I would take more spin.
Yeah. Well, that standard deviation is really, really in a good window. I think that's a T100 head that's working obviously incredibly well for you.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out a way to obviously get the face to shut less. There's part of that's going to be the golf swing. We don't want to override, everything in the golf swing because, there's other parts of your game that maybe we don't have the technology that we can leverage in order to sort of offset the left part. So how does the club feel? Let's go into that.
Honestly, when you first handed it to me, I was like, oof. DGS4 from a Modus 120. After a couple good strikes with it, if you gave me a set of these right now, I could go play golf with them, no problem. No problem. Actually, maybe they feel a little bit heavier, but it's not really, I haven't seen speed drop or anything, so I'm not worried about it whatsoever.
Okay, Michael, change the shaft up. There's a bit of debate amongst the team here. There's some of the lads are commenting, he doesn't like it.
I looked at the shaft and made one weird face.
Did he?
It's just a bit of a shock, that's all.
Why?
In my mind, I see it like a Tour 130 or a 130S. Anything 130, I know DG's a little heavy as well, but right away for this, I'm like, this is out of my wheelhouse. I'm too weak. But that's my mental state, folks. I talk myself out of a lot of things. Well,
so we're going to factor in we're going to be cutting these a bit shorter. You play your irons half-inch short.
Yeah.
So we're going to lose a little bit of that mass. A stiffer handle and a softer tip section. I want to just see how that kind of plays into your transition a little bit. Does it change the dynamic loft properties? The one thing, the dynamic loft right now is a bit compromised because the face is shut.
Right.
So we do have a decent amount of dynamic loft coming out of this, but I want to see it when the face is square. I don't want to see it when the face is as closed as what it is. So right now we're getting some, I want to keep that number under 2.
Okay.
Base to path under 2. Okay, because your path has been really, really nice. You've done good work over the back end of the summer on your path. It's
Thank
looking,
you.
yeah, it's looking a lot better. You've genuinely improved that. So
New coach.
yeah, he's doing a great job. Deserves a lot of praise. Let's see.
I did that. Still out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Not at the green though.
Better. It's just everything, all the success will come from this face to path relationship today.
A little thin.
Yep. Good. Good strike.
I was a little higher in the face, which is nice. 22 degrees aloft. Holy moly.
Got to be, was that 90? Yeah, 90 peak again. Club head speed and peak height.
Ball speed's down a little bit.
Really good. Yeah, it's down a little bit. I mean, only, to be honest, 1.5 miles an hour from where the DG was.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And we knew that would happen because we took the left out of play. So the minute we start hitting it online, actually not much.
No. Same.
Yeah. Yeah. So between your iron, which was 3 degrees stronger than this. So when you start playing in a ballpark of you're launching at 2 degrees higher, spinning at 1,200 more, and you've only lost 1.5.
That's nice.
Really good. How does this shaft feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. It feels super solid at impact. Like I find under the butt section, the midsection doesn't want to doesn't feel soft or anything like that. I played these in a set of Miuras or something like that, like them, higher balance points. So it feels a bit lighter. Yeah. Definitely feels lighter than that Modus, like jumping back and forth, but it feels super, super solid.
Yeah, I'm kind of playing around a little bit with what moves what in your delivery. I'm kind of throwing different things at you that I'm trying to see how you react to different things. And kind of one of the reactions I'm looking for is this one.
Yeah.
So how do I move that in the most sort of positive light? Obviously strike as well.
Right.
But I'm kind of watching, how do I move dynamic loft? How do I move dynamic lie? Can we get wins there? Club head speed was dropping, which is why I went lighter and slightly counterbalanced, and that spiked that back up again.
This might sound weird, but this feels, going from the Modus to this feels quicker.
Yeah.
Feels like I can just kind of swing at it, which is nice.
The results are kind of reflecting that too. Let's see a few more. Good strike.
Yeah.
Just kind of on that left side of the green.
Like you said, it's not far from that 180 number carry, right?
And it's retaining all this good performance.
Yeah. The spin difference is really good to see.
Well, the spin difference is interesting because 4,300 to 5,500, it takes more than 3 degrees aloft to change that.
Yeah.
So there's more at play here than just 3 degrees aloft. So that's for fitters watching and people who think, well, he's obviously going to spin it more. He's giving him more loft. It's around roughly, at your speed, it's 1 degree aloft is about 200 RPM.
Right.
It's what you would expect. Maybe even a fraction less at times, but that's what we would sort of expect to see. At tour speed, it's about 250 per degree of loft. I want you to give me what feels like a really aggressive cut.
Okay.
If you had to kind of rip one into a back right flag and kind of carve it a wee bit, to be honest, like what would that look like? That's the one.
Yeah.
So I would say to you, if I was your coach, at the start of every practice session, this would be a protocol. I would say is when you start getting into mid-irons, I'd probably say give me 10 irons where you focus on speed and hitting kind of like, I call it like a rip cut.
Yeah.
Like get some energy into it.
Because that last one was good. Ball speed's back up a little bit. Club speed's good.
Yeah, no issues. You lost a little bit of launch, which kind of hurt you in the peak.
Peak goes down.
But your strike was low.
Yeah.
So that's deflecting the head down a little bit. But I mean, all things being equal. Give me one more of those and then let's go back to normal flight. Because this is what happens. Like over time, you start to sort of work your way back into that move.
Yeah.
So there's kind of the best ball speed yet. Now we're actually picking up quite a bit of spin.
6,000. I've never seen that in a 6-iron.
No. And for somebody who's looking to access, more stopping power and, again, the only reason we talked about 200-yard 6-irons at the start is it wasn't because we were carrying it that far.
No.
It was just because they were kind of low lefts, weren't they?
Yeah.
So now we've got, rather than the ball rolling out, because it's not landing on the green, we're kind of getting, hit the green and then obviously stop. Okay, this is one, to be honest, I don't know if you've been consciously asking for a set of these, but...
The nice-looking iron.
Yeah, you like these a lot.
The good-looking iron.
P7CB.
Small, but good.
Let's see if you... Keeping all else the same. Same swing thought. The sound I want to hear.
A wee bit behind it, but it worked.
A wee bit. But you didn't lose much.
No.
175 carry.
Good strike.
A lot of good there. Quite launchy, these.
Yeah. Again, that one was a little chunky, and it worked.
It just manages your strike, your delivery so well. I mean, anytime, if you'd said to me, let's give him more launch, I'd say, yeah, if we can.
Yeah. Skinny?
Yeah, but, I mean, you get away with it.
Yeah.
Happy?
I mean, that strike was unreal.
Still thinking rip cut?
That one I tried, yeah.
Okay. Go again. Rip cut. Speed, back right flag. Oh, don't speak too soon.
Be the right club today.
I'm going to say. Had a hole out written all over it. That'd been your first of the year. That'd been quite nice.
Second, actually. Let me tell you a story. That spin was better. 55.
Yeah, it was a good strike. Really, really good.
But more work to have consistent good strikes with this than it is with T100.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's a bit of a toss-up, really.
Yeah.
Both are really good.
These CBs are so nice looking.
Yeah. I would say you could kind of get your pick with the two. I think the standard deviation over the piece was a little better with the 100. You're more, I would say, familiar with what the Titleist range as well. I mean, I know we haven't changed too much today, but we knew we were going anyway. There's more heads you could try, but really, I mean, what do you want? What do you want it to do differently from these? I mean, look at those two trajectories, and that's kind of how a good club fitting should be. When you start getting the specs dialed in, and the heads are of similar attributes, we shouldn't really be seeing too much.
No, and I mean, a couple hundred RPMs, like I shouldn't lose sleep over, but the consistency, maybe the little larger heel to toe T100, the look of it, maybe just build some confidence. But both are great. I mean, I love this CB. Back to graphite.
I like that for you. I think it offsets some of your needs. So you have needs for some weight. You have needs for a bit more stability. We have to hide it somehow. Yeah. I think when we give it to you in steel, the consistency of the strike, like what you guys won't have seen in the video, sometimes I think to myself, why don't we just do these things live? When I first gave you that versus when I first gave you a Modus 130 and a DG, I went to kind of give you 5 shots.
Totally. Totally.
And it's like, you know, heavy, miss hit, you know, and then you get it and it's like, okay, we're good, we're back in line. This was none of that. This was just,
Straight in.
yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Just
comfortable.
hit your stride immediately with it, which is what I really liked.
Cool.
I was trying to do something like that with Modus 130. We just done it with more counterbalance and a slightly stiffer tip section.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, the counterbalance feeling a little lighter. Just felt like those rip cuts you were asking to hit. Like with the other stuff, I don't think I could achieve it that easily. But then you get into this, something I have full control over, and you feel like you could hit tons of different shots.
Yeah. Okay. Nice work.
Thank you.
I think when we look at it and we sort of reflect back, there's quite a difference there. Just when you look at those two dispersion circles, right? That kind of, there's the good one, the blue, online, you know, right distance, same as where the green is. But the difference of where that bad one goes to really stretches out the miss. And really for what? There's no additional real, you know, benefit to it. You know, just over time, I think your flight has gotten, you know, stronger, and I think maybe part of it is as well the evolution of your swing. You were kind of a little bit across at the start of the year and creating, you know, maybe some more cut conditions. You were either hitting cuts or pulls.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now if we look at where your club path is, you know, you're a bit right with yours. We talked about that rip cut. And look at that. That's
good.
To be honest, you go on the range at a PGA Tour, your venue, you'll see some steeper angles of attack and you'll see tight face to path.
Totally.
And standard deviation being really, really tight. That's the kind of signature delivery of a really decent player.
That's a compliment for me and Fraser, folks.
No.
Timestamp. T100s.
It's good. It's
T100s.
awfully good.
And recommendation in the long irons?
T2s.
Yeah, okay.
T2s for sure. Well, we know how well you hit those. We quickly just grab those. So your long irons right here. Yeah, I really like what you've got. You've got a 5-iron setup that's part of the iron set, and then you've got a 4-iron that is a bespoke long iron driving iron.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen you hit this thing with incredible success this year. You absolutely flushed this thing. 4-iron is getting absolutely left alone. 5-iron will get built as part of the set. T200 with the LA Golf 120-04.
I like it.
L series, not A series. Lots of people ask us when we test graphite shafts, why don't you guys do the LA Golf shafts and the lighter weights? Because that's a different series. That's the A series. So you're in the L's.
Cool. Love it. Good setup. New irons. Before 2025.
Ryan Andrews, are you watching?
Oh, he's watching. He'll be getting a call.
He will be. Loft and Lies. So actually, by the time we went back to the TaylorMade, I went back to, we had you 1 week on the T100s. I'm going to go standard.
Yeah, okay.
30 is enough, right?
perfect.
You're creating enough spin.
29 and a half.
No. This is an era for you of, you've got some speed now, right? You're sitting the whole session at 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
PGA Tour average is 93. You don't need more speed with your irons.
No.
You've got enough. You hit your driver really, really good. It's all about capitalizing on how well you drive it. And that's where, from a strokes gain perspective, you need all of the scoring power you can get from your irons. That's not going to come from low spin at all.
Good point.
So we got to elevate it. We got to get some spin and some stopping power and give you control of that flight back.
That spin is nice to see. It's a big change. Yeah. It's, 1,000 more than that.
More than that, 1,200, yeah.
Yeah, nice to see. Good.
All right, guys. We knew the starting point. It's probably not the most sort of varied fit we'll do in terms of all the different heads and shafts we'll try. We knew we were going. I think we hit two spectrums on the shafts, though. You know, DGS 400 and LA Golf and Modus 130. We're kind of other ends of the scale in terms of the shafts we had you try. That was me poking at your swing a little bit, trying to see how you would react. And I think we landed on something super comfortable for you.
Lots of good out of that. Lots
and lots. Okay. Guys, let us know what your thoughts in terms of, do you see similar attributes in Mikey's irons in that, the ball flight, the good one looks good, the bad one looks too bad. There's a big delta between those two ball flights. if that looks like you, then an iron fit is something that I think really you should prioritize for next year. If we think of all of the shots we hit during a round, the irons have to be, so multifunctional.
Yeah.
Right? We can't, it's not like the driver we can stand up and we can just look for a flight. It's got to tick so many boxes. I think being as toe down as you were, ball below the feet, you're dead.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
I struggled ball below the feet all day.
Difficult turf conditions, either too firm or too wet, dead.
Yeah.
Ball sitting up a little bit, good. Right? All those sorts of things, guys, are what goes through a fitter's mind. We're trying to, if I didn't know Mikey, I would have started that session, which you would have loved, but we would have role played a little bit, right? And I would have said, getting into certain scenarios, do you do this? Do you struggle in that? I already know it. The numbers tell me where you're going to struggle. You would have slipped right into character. You would have, we would have worked it out together.
Nice.
Okay. All right, guys. Good. Nice way to end the year. Nice new set of irons for Mikey. Santa Claus is coming.
Dad.
All right, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.